This presentation is a general overview of the operational differences between the Recreational Golf Handicap System and the USGA Handicap System. Operational differences are more easily understood if you first review computational or technical differences between the two systems, which can be viewed on a separate presentation. For starters, a golf handicap is a measurement of a golfer's playing ability, and a good handicap system measures a golfer's score potential, what they might shoot on a good day. How one gets to that measurement really doesn't matter so much so long as one gets there, which is one of the reasons the recreational system was created, to make a very easy path for a golfer to get a good handicap, so that more golfers have a good handicap. Both the recreational and USGA systems are good methods for calculating golf handicaps. Essentially, the Recreational Golf Handicap System is an every golfer handicapping system that plays well as a handicap for an individual golfer, as it's very important to note that a golfer does not have to belong to a club or any other group to use this system. The recreational system also plays well as a league handicapping system, as a handicapping system for small groups of playing partners, or family and friends, as a handicapping system for 9-hole groups, and as a handicapping system for courses of all varieties including public, semi-private, resort, and private courses. Whereas the USGA handicap system is an association and club controlled system that lends itself best as a premium handicap for championship golfers and as a handicapping system for private clubs, where everyone pretty much knows each other and most tournaments are member-only events. Before we get started with the operational differences, let's first visit two technical slides from the computational differences presentation. This first slide shows the number of best scores used in computing both a recreational handicap and a USGA handicap. It's important to notice that the recreational system uses 9-hole scores, whereas the USGA system uses 18-hole scores. Also, because the recreational system essentially uses half the number of scores the USGA system uses, it tends to be more dynamic, whereas the USGA system tends to be more static in that once established, handicaps don't move as much. The second slide shows that though different score sets are used, there remains a strong similarity in resulting handicaps. Statisticians can probably tell you why, but to give confidence, Handicomp took 10,000 golfers who had full score sets from a multitude of clubs. To be true, each score was entered hole by hole, and these are the results. Plainly, the closeness of handicap averages for both men and women are quite remarkable. Now note, if you want to study this slide or any slide, simply pause the presentation on that particular slide. With respect to operational differences, one must first understand the overhead in licensing and its effect on accessibility. With the RGHS, there is no impedance. A golfer can obtain a recreational handicap simply by registering and using the system. The same holds true for any group of golfers, as control is local to the group. Whereas with the USGA handicap system, the USGA licenses allied golf associations, generally the State Amateur Golf Association, who then qualifies and licenses clubs, which then can open their doors to golfers, but only if those golfers meet a certain criteria. For example, those golfers must play by the rules of golf as defined by the USGA, and they must have a reasonable and regular opportunity to play with other member golfers of the club. Keep in mind, rules and regulations are important, and there is a reason why they exist. Effectively, the USGA's rules and regulations exist so those who run events can have confidence that all the golfers, who may come from all over, in fact have legitimate handicaps. Essentially, those who run tournaments want to be sure that a golfer isn't presenting a bogus handicap so as to win by cheating. Preventing and trapping cheaters is a burden, and the USGA handicap tasks itself with that challenge. Whereas the recreational system is designed for that large majority of golfers who don't otherwise wish to be held hostage by the very select few who feel compelled to cheat the system. Finally, before we get into side-by-side comparative differences, let's quickly review some similarities. Both systems work best if golfers post all their scores. Both can accept 9 and 18-hole scores. Both work best if golfers are honest about the scores they post. Both use a best set of scores to measure a golfer's playing potential, how well they may play on a good day. Both generate 9 and 18-hole handicaps. Both generate an overall handicap that is portable and adjusts to the difficulty of the tees being played. and both are available at www.golfhandicapnetwork.com. So let's do some side-by-side comparative stuff. For a recreational, a golfer does not have to belong to a club. USGA, a golfer must belong to a licensed golf club. In recreational, the best 12 of 29 hole scores are used in the calculation. If you do the math, that's the best 6 of 10 18-hole scores. For the USGA, the best 10 of 20 18-hole scores are used in the calculation. For recreational, for starting golfers, a handicap is derived after the first score is posted. For USGA, for starting golfers, a handicap is derived after 5 18-hole scores are posted, or again, if you do the math, that's after 10 9-hole scores are posted. For recreational, golfers and groups can make their own local rules. For USGA, golfers must play by USGA rules. For recreational, golfer can post a score if they play by themselves. For USGA, a golfer must play with a partner, in a sense, a witness, in order to post a score. For recreational, a golfer can post a score played on any course at any time of the year, and for USGA, a golfer can only post a score if played at a course during the Allied Golf Association determined active season. For recreational, a golfer can post a score played on any course as long as yardage and par are available. For USGA, a golfer can only post a score from a course that has a slope rating. For recreational, a golfer can post their gross scores. For USGA, a golfer must apply equitable stroke control and adjust their score downward to compensate for blow-up holes. For recreational, a golfer can post scores if using non-conforming equipment like a long anchored putter. For USGA, a golfer cannot post a score if a round is played using non-conforming equipment. For recreational, if a golfer plays more than one ball during a round, they can post a score for each ball. For USGA, a golfer cannot post scores if playing multiple balls during a round. For recreational, there is no maximum handicap. For USGA, there is a maximum index of 36.4 for men and 40.4 for women. And if you figure that out, essentially that any golfer who shoots 55 or higher for 9 holes, this system does not work for them. Recreational, there is no automatic adjustment for tournament scores. USGA, there is an automatic adjustment for exceptional tournament play. Recreational does not require a golfer to share their score record for inspection. USGA requires a golfer to share their score record for inspection even if they don't play in tournaments. Recreational does not favor any golfer over another. USGA has a bonus for excellence built into the system that favors better golfers, giving them an advantage over less capable golfers. This is one of the reasons why the USGA handicap system is best for championship caliber golfers who generally play in scratch events. And to better understand, simply Google USGA bonus for excellence. For recreational, essentially golfers and clubs are free to use the recreational golf handicap system however they see fit. For the USGA handicap system is a product of rules and regulations. The recreational system is a fun handicapping system, and the USGA handicap system is a serious handicapping system. With respect to pricing, the recreational system has a low annual price of $8.95 for the golfer, and a course may mark up the fee for additional services they may provide to golfers who elect to join their club. USGA is generally available through Type 1 clubs located at a physical golf course that must belong to their respective AGA, through whom the average annual price in the United States is $26.65. Type 2 and Type 3 clubs may have lower price offering. In most all instances, there is an association or club markup. In summation, the Recreational Golf Handicap System and USGA Handicap System are two very good golf handicap systems. Operationally, they are quite different, yet if used similarly, they generate similar results. They are not an either-or proposition. A golfer can have both, a club can offer both. And Handicomp, through the Golf Handicap Network, offers both services. Thanks for following along, and if you play golf, you should have a handicap, and all those you know who play golf should have a handicap, and there we can help you out. The Golf Handicap Network by Handicom, the experts in golf handicapping for 50 years. Thank you.